Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another 4v4 Monobattle! This was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and I hope this is an exciting game because you've been requesting team games and Monobattles, so this is for you. Oh man, look at that production tab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, because this is a 4v4. And apparently one person asked for a rematch, or a reroll. Roots is worrying about getting rushed here, so we'll see who chose what as soon as this game starts. Ooh, there's our planets, and bam, there it is. All right, so in Team South, we have the purple Terran player Moderate with their teammate, the blue Terran player Christofu, the orange Protoss player Roots, and the pink Terran player Christofu. Wait, what the heck? Do they have the exact same name? Oh, did that just flip on me? Oh, that was weird. Blue Terran player Lightfire and the pink Terran player Christofu. That was I wasn't imagining that right. That said Christofu a minute ago. That's weird. All right, Team South down here. They're talking about having to rush. I wonder what they're going for. We'll have to see. Team North, on the other hand, is a red Protoss player named Pence, a brown Protoss player named Jojo, a pink Terran player named Zool. Oh my gosh, that's the same stupid color. No, it's not. Light pink versus like purple. I guess this is more purple. And then a green Zerg player named Rockda House. So the only Zerg player on the map. We'll have to see what they're going for. Now, the fun part of the game is determining what each player is going for, as this is a mono battle. If you haven't seen one of these before, it's available in the arcade in StarCraft 2. Choose arcade and search for mono battle, and you will find one of these games you can play. It basically just means you can make exactly one type of unit per game. That's it. So if you're Terran, you could choose like Marines or Marauders or Banshees or Battle Cruisers, things like that. Protoss can choose things like Stalkers and Void Rays. Whatever. Zerg players have options for Hydras, Roaches, Lurkers, Lings. I've seen that work as well. Pretty good from the Zerg too. So as I couldn't see what they chose, again, we have to see what they're going for. Based on the fact there's nothing coming out of this barracks, pink is something not from the barracks. Maybe going for a factory. Doesn't have enough gas for that quite yet. And a quick cybernetics core from Roots. Nothing coming out of the gateway there too, so it's not Zealots. I mean, we can basically narrow things down. Quick and engineering bay for Lightfire. That's interesting. And a command center. Maybe going for a planetary fortress defense. Barracks not doing anything either. And a quick reactor coming out on this barracks. So possibly Moderate does have something like Marines or Reapers. We'll have to wait and see what goes on there. Roots is a good scout here with this probe, saying both of the TOS are getting forges, possibly for cannons. You can make static defense. That's one thing. You can make planetary fortresses, you can make missile turrets, you can make cannons and spine crawlers and spore crawlers, which is very, very useful because, yeah, if you just have all late game units, you're going to die quick. This can hold off some kind of a rush. And right now, it doesn't look like anybody's really planning on doing this. That's a quick tech lab with concussive shell. Okay, so purple is Marauder. As we can see, the Marauder there. Excellent. Very good to know. Quick evolution chamber coming up from Rockda House. I'm not sure what the plan is there. Jojo is getting nothing. A lot of gas. Perhaps feeding. Oh, no, here. Gateway into a forge, maybe for some cannons, expanding here too. So nobody's really going for anything too early except for those Marauders from Zool. That could be pretty awesome indeed. Christofu comes all the way back home. Another factory coming up, so a lot of factories. That one having a reactor, possibly Hellions. Possibly Hellions here from Moderate. We'll have to wait and see. There's that planetary fortress. And there's another factory. So definitely something factory-ish, possibly Starport too here. Double Starport on the way from our friend Christofu. So perhaps... Oh, Liberator. Okay, so Christofu, Liberator. We have two now. Zool, Marauder, Christofu, Liberator, Spore Crawler. Man, really worried about those Liberators, that's for sure. Totally and completely understandable. Queen here for Rockda House. I believe you can make one queen per hatchery in Monobattle. So that was actually a queen drop. Surprisingly enough, from Rockda House. How interesting was that? All right, all right. Is he just making all... Wait. Oh, chose queen. Rockda House went queen. Okay. Okay, I like that. Can attack air, can attack ground. Really slow unless they're not on creep, but that's okay. That's just fine. Phoenix and dropping the queen to chase away the Phoenix. Overlord's going to die anyway. Blorp. Drop Lord ends up getting destroyed there too. Cannons coming up for defense. Again, worried about Liberators. I think is what's happening here from Team North. I really don't want to get Liberator just destroyed right off the bat. And Phoenix is what Jojo has, obviously, because we've seen the Phoenix. Okay, okay. So do we have it? Oh, Fleet Beacon from Pence. Did you go Carrier or Tempest or something? Oh my goodness, Pence. What did you do? What were you red? Do make what you're supposed to make. Phoenix flying around, picking stuff up, killing workers, killing Overlord. Spore Crawlers are too late. Spore Crawlers are too late to make a difference here. Some drones getting absolutely massacred. And the Hellions show up from Moderate. It is Hellion. It is Hellion from Moderate. Phoenix Hellion trying to do some work. Lining up those drones. Oh, getting bypassed entirely. Spore Crawlers not so good against Hellions. Really nothing really here good against Hellions. Marauders good against Hellions. Zool trying to defend, trying to get some angles, get some shots off, and they will murder every one of those Hellions, and they immediately all die. So good save there by Zool, but a lot of dead workers for our Green Zerg player. Moderate trying to scout, I think, with the barracks, which is always fun. Phoenix here roasting up more drones. Spore Crawlers not in great positions. Concussive Shell is finished for Zool, which means they will slow those suckers down. Phoenix Ball looking big. Looking really big. And it is Tempest coming out. All right, Tempest for Pence. So Tempest against Phoenix, not great at all. I mean, no, the Phoenix don't do extra damage against the Tempest, but at the same time, they only do light. I mean, they do enough damage to focus down and surround a Tempest to end up killing it. Floating barracks, once again by Moderate, doing some scouting of stuff they've already seen. It will end up dying to something. Did Jojo hit his teammate's barracks there? I think Jojo did. Nope, wait. Jojo, just kidding. So wait, are there two players? Oh, two players are Phoenix. Okay, so Roots is Phoenix. And Jojo is Phoenix as well. So it's Liberator, Phoenix, Cyclone, Hellion for Team South. All right. So let's think about this one. Liberator, Phoenix, Cyclone, Hellion. Everything there is fairly fragile and really fairly easy to kill, but they hit pretty darn hard. And in Team North, we have the Phoenix, Queen, Marauder, Tempest. So neither composition's super great. I'm going to say, again, once forced to save the day, once again, are these Marauders, but a lot of drones are dying from Rock to House. Again, I'm pretty sure Rock to House is Queen. I haven't seen any more tech buildings come up, not even a spawning pool. I mean, there's a spawning pool, but not like a Roach Warren or a lair or anything. Coming on up with the Hellions, and these are, yes, those are Roots Phoenixes there too. Coming in to kill some more of these workers. Forced to run. Lining up, though. Look out, workers. Do not do that. Do not line up. So many workers are dying. SCV is getting massacred there. Lifting up Marauders. Wow, lifting up Marauders with a Phoenix Ball. Working pretty darned effectively, too. Hellbat Transformation. They end up dying very quickly afterwards. Tempest getting shots off on these Phoenix. Again, I don't know if the Phoenix should be afraid of this. But Defender Phoenixes are here for JoJo at the same time. So here we are. Both teams have taken some hits. Team North, I think, has lost a lot more. Not that I can see anything, really. I mean, resources lost, 1700, 1950 for Team South. Yeah, so Team North has lost quite a bit. Another base coming up here for Moderate. Another base here. Wait, that's actually Lightfire. Just kidding. Moderate has a base here. Lightfire has a base here. Everybody's on 2 base at least on Team South. And same thing here on Team North with Rock to House on 3 bases now. But again, worker count cannot be very high. 15 there, 11 there. It's like maybe 26 workers to this point, maybe 30-something if they're lucky. Phoenix flying around. And yes, the Missile Turret Planetary Fortress combo is pretty darn good in games like these, unless your opponent has tanks or something, in which case not so good. Tempest 2, actually really fantastic. Cyclones trying to do something here for Lightfire. Mass Cyclone used to be a thing in the beta. They would absolutely wreck Protoss because they did extra damage versus armored. And so everything that Protoss had would just die immediately. You're using their regular attack on the cannons, and look at this, actually taking down the cannons quite quickly. Trying to get some of these Phoenix here, doing a great job of it. Trying to snipe down the Tempest using their normal attack. Like I said, Phoenix shouldn't be too afraid here, but more Tempest coming on out. Another attack of Hellbats up here getting taken down by Marauders. Marauders a great choice in these. As long as you have anti-air, Marauders are going to be pretty darn good against most things on the ground that you'll come across. Cyclones might actually be able to take down this entire base. Is a lock-on complete? Is it auto-cast? I think it's supposed to be auto-cast, but it's not auto-casting on this building. Can they not auto-cast on buildings? Target unit. Maybe it just has to be an actual unit there. Either way, craziness happening. Marauders trying to come in, recognizing there's not really much for them to do at all. The last Hellion gets cleaned up on this side. Another group of Phoenix sweeping on in, picking up these Queens. Goodbye, Queens. Too many Phoenix here for you to deal with. +1, +1, +1. on these Phoenix, running into some missile turrets by accident. I think more momentum than anything else taking those guys down. Rock to House has been absolutely picked on throughout this entire game. I'm not sure it's because they're worried about Queens. Team South is worried about Queens, but it seems like that might very well be the case. Goodbye, Queen. Thanks for playing. A million Spore Crawlers being popped up, but it's not going to save anybody for the time being, as anyone that tries to come this way just absolutely gets massacred. The missile turrets doing pretty well themselves. Hellions from Moderate trying to take down Pence's pylon here, which seems like an interesting choice, but hey, who am I to judge? Attempted to take a base here, but there's already one from Moderate, actually making an orbital command, not making a planetary fortress this far up. Cyclones coming in once again, using lock-on ability to take down a probe, which seems like overkill, but you know, no one else showed up. Might as well use it on something there. Taking out the Nexus, taking out the pylons. Team South looking good. Looking good so far in this game. Liberators heading on down south here too. No upgrades on those guys. And upgrades, I think, matter a lot. Lock-on ability on the Tempest. Can they kill any of them? Killing one. Killing one and almost killing another one, but I think they moved out of range before that lock-on ability actually finished. A lot of fire raining on down from those Tempests, destroying them very easily. Cyclones are pretty darn fragile, as it would turn out. Flying up here is Roots. Blue Flame Hellions from Moderate trying to take out these pylons. I guess they'll get there eventually, but just so slow. There we go. Hellbats are better. Hellbats are better against buildings. There it is, excellently indeed. More Phoenix flying around here from Roots. Going to meet JoJo's Phoenix, though, in the air. It is going to be Phoenix versus Phoenix action here. Who's going to win this one? JoJo does not have the upgrades that Roots has, but there is Tempest support from JoJo. Heading on down with this Marauder count. Looking pretty darn fancy, if I do say so myself. That is a lot of Marauders. 34 Marauders versus like 5 Queens for our friend Rock the House over here. Not looking fantastic either. Marauders, nothing really has threatened them thus far, I don't think. I mean, what can kill them from Team North? Tempest, okay. Phoenix, okay. Queens, no, not really. I mean, well, a lot of these Phoenix are going to die unless they run very, very quickly indeed. Lock-on ability, sniping down a couple of them as they try to retreat. Another battle over here with Phoenix from JoJo. JoJo's upgrades, again, still not good. Really not making upgrades, unfortunately, for JoJo. Has a lot of money in the bank. Root saying, please clean up this creep. I have an observer. You have an observer? Oh, you do. Right here. Indeed. Moderate sitting there with the Hellbats. Both teams taking a bit of a breath here. The Liberators haven't done a whole lot. I expected them to fly in and just drop a ton of Defender mode circles, but I guess there are a lot of static defense things here. Queen's getting sniped down again. This Queen count has never really gotten higher than like 4 or 5 in this game, it feels like. How many are there? There are 4. There are 4 right now. Marauders, once again, upgrades +1/+1, +2 attack on the way. Root saying, kill more creep. Come on, come up, Blue Flame Hellions. Take out them creep tumors. The creep spread has been way too good from Rock the House. And I have to agree, it's looking very excellent indeed. Lightfire offering to send some minerals to a teammate. JoJo flying on up and defending. Another push here from Roots with the Phoenix all alone. I just don't know if this is a great idea. Yes, you kill all these Queens pretty darn easily. Mind you, +3 attack has finished on these guys. 13 damage versus Light, 8 overall. Tempest trying to stack what they can and kill what they can. The Cyclones really want to murder them, though. Cyclones very, very interested in doing that. Hellions trying to take down the static defense. Tempest taking out the Hellions. And Marauders coming to clean them up as well. The Liberators getting right into the mix of things, though. Liberator versus Phoenix versus Cyclone. Oh, this Phoenix in the middle get completely evaporated. Thank you for coming, guys. You're dead now. And pushing up north once again here is Lightfire with the Cyclones. Can he get these before the Marauders show up? He's going to try to do it. The Marauders are eating away at that right side, and he decides to retreat very intelligently indeed. He decides to get the heck on out of there. The Blue Flame Hellions do a quick run by. They're going to kill a lot of workers here. A lot of workers going to die. Income 40, 36, 2. Pence has 2 probes left after that attack by those Hellions. Well played indeed. The Tempest with +1 here as well. +1 attack. That's it. Upgrades again, not very good. Blue Flame Hellions just finding every probe they can and just murdering them, just burning them alive. Photon Overcharge trying to catch them, but they're too fast. Oh my goodness. A lot of dead SCVs. So many dead SCVs. How many SCVs was that? I don't know. I don't know at all. Pink is down to 23 though. 23 SCVs remaining. Finally, the Hellions do get absolutely cleaned up here. Phoenix roving around, killing as many Queens as possible. So many Queens. So many Queens have been killed so far in this game. Tempest defending. Rock to House not losing hope. Continuing possibly to make Queens. Not really. though. Perhaps maybe just funneling money to his other teammate. That's something that I would probably do right now if I was Rock the House. Is just do that. Phoenix from JoJo trying to run around. Lightfire trying to take a base up on this left side. Again, Team South looking good with the expansions. There's a lot of creep here, but they have the bases. They have these middle bases that are so darn important. Another big attack here of Phoenix trying to run on top of the Tempest. Can they actually eradicate the Tempest threat? And I think they can. That's a lot of Phoenix, again, with a +3 attack. And they do! They absolutely remove the Tempest from the game. More Queens getting sniped on down. Phoenix looking good, looking strong. Blue Flame Hellions roasting up every single worker at that base. They're going to try to get every single worker at this base, but this Marauder Ball looking big and scary again. Pence has left the game. Pence, who was down to like no workers, 2 workers, and lost all of their Tempest, gave on up. These Blue Flame Hellions are getting destroyed by the Marauders, by the Spore Crawlers, and by the Spine Crawlers. Actually, maybe not killed by Spore Crawlers. I don't know. Probes are trying to kill Creep Tumors because no one else will do it for Roots. He decides to take it into his own hands. Marauder Ball, though, extremely terrifying. +2 attack on these guys. Not +3, mind you. Now trying to lift as many of these Marauders as they can. They are actually taking them out pretty quick. The Queens getting shots there, too. Running away. The Marauders having sniped down a base. They're just trying to get back home. A lot of Defender Mode circles being tossed down, trying to get back to the safety of their Spine Crawlers and their Spore Crawlers. Moderate offering some gas there. Another attack up here. Cyclones taking down a Nexus. So much stuff going on right now. That Overlord trying to scout things out. No big deal. Liberators trying to find an area in which they can kill things. They cannot kill buildings. You can't necessarily win a game with them. But they can kill Queens and Larvae and drones pretty darn easily indeed. And Overlords too. Actually, anything flying they can handle pretty darn well. Long distance mining going on here from Christophu. We need you guys to kill the structures on the right side. Phoenix and Liberators cannot target them. Very true. Marauders versus Cyclones here. Who's going to win this battle? Good kiting here by the Cyclones. Standing in and fighting, though. When they stand in and fight, a lot of them die. A lot of them die. Again, Cyclones, pretty darn squishy unit, if I do say so myself. Roots is actually mining from this base. A Queen pops out there. No upgrades on that there Queen. This base running for Roots. Phoenix sniping down a lot of Queens. I wish I could see how many Queens have died in this game because I feel like it's in like the triple digits. Oh no, Liberators, no! Oh no, so many Liberators dying. Oh, last shot from that Spore Crawler taking it down. What's our Liberator count at? 6 Liberators, 21 Cyclones, 42 Marauders, 8 Hellions, 5 Hellbats, and 35 Phoenix for Roots. Coming in here with Hellbats to clean out all of these Spore Crawlers, getting rid of that one before it even finishes. A lot of workers going to die. Nope, they run. They are faster than that on creep and smarter than that. They decide to get the heck on out. Lightfire moving around this left side of the map to the safety of a million missile turrets. +3/+3 on these guys too. 24 damage with that missile pod. Lock-on does not actually increase its damage with upgrades, so it's still 400 +400 versus armored, which you think would be actually fairly good against Marauders, except it's kind of overkill is the problem. Hellbats, goodbye Queen, goodbye Hatchery. Hellbats here with the +2 doing 22 damage versus Light, which is the regular attack, fairly darn good. Another base here for Roots going on. Tempest coming up, so somebody is taking over for Pence here, is actually making the Tempest, as they feel like they need that for their composition. Phoenix coming up and getting rid of every single SCB at this base as long as they have the energy to do it, and they don't really, so Moderate's going to continue mining as much as he can. Long distance mining happening here for Roots. Marauder count is continuing to increase, actually only 34, maybe not continuing to increase at all. Infantry armor level 3 coming up for the Marauder player too. Cannon wall of cannon walls coming up. The Great Wall of Cannons for Roots. It's like, man alive, it's like the wall on Game of Thrones. That sucker is huge. Marauder +3, +2 now. Getting those upgrades. I like that. I like that from the Terran player indeed. That Phoenix ball is humongous. Absolutely ginormous. 40 Phoenix right now. It is 142 out of 173 total supply on these guys coming right on in. I mean, do they even care if they die at this point? I don't know. I guess you don't want to lose them unnecessarily, but this seems to be what's going on. Cannons trying to come up here to get rid of some of this creep. Cannons are up. There are pylons mixed into Liberators playing defense. Spore Crawlers getting killed as they try to plant. Not going to happen. Some mules dying. This creep spread continuing to push down this way. Creep spread, at least for Rock to House, has been pretty darn amazing. Pretty darn great, if I do say so myself. Spore Crawlers taking shots. Phoenix trying to get rid of these Liberators, but the splash damage on the Liberators, pretty darn frightening. Actually, even without upgrades here, that's 14 damage with splash. against those guys that, again, don't have the upgrades that Roots has on his Phoenix. Another big attack here. Oh, man, Phoenix getting destroyed by that lockout ability. Bam! One final shot. That is not looking good at all. How many Phoenix are left for our brown player? None. None at all. No Phoenix left at all for JoJo. Rock the House has left the game. Not pleased at all. Zool has left too. The Marauders getting absolutely massacred there by the Cyclones coming in from both sides, trying to get rid of these buildings. The Cyclones actually really turning the tide here with that lock-on ability, with the regular attacks, with the upgrades that happen here from the Blue Terran player. I think Team South has it. I really think they do with the Phoenix Ball, with the Cyclone Ball, with the Liberator Ball. Should be enough to get the victory. Tempest flying on in, trying to harass, but Phoenix Ball shows up. Root says, I gotcha. I will save you. Look how fast those Tempests die to this giant, giant Phoenix Ball. It's really fast. And there's the GG from JoJo. JoJo's left the game. Team North has been defeated. Team South is victorious in this insane 4v4 mono battle. And Team North has left the game. What a play. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that, what was this? Hellbat, or I guess Hellion, Hellbat, Cyclone, Phoenix, Liberator would be a winning combination. Not me. Not me for sure. I guess Team North wasn't super great either. Like just Tempest, obviously a problem. And Phoenix, like a Tempest, Phoenix, Marauder, Queen strategy. If this Queen Ball had gotten up, it probably would have done pretty darn well. But in the end, I think they really focused on keeping that Queen Ball low, and it paid off in the end. Rock the House really never got it going. Creep Spread, good, but Army contributions, not so good. Upgrades also non-existent, which is a problem. So that's it. That's it from me. That was it for the game. Hope you enjoyed it, because this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.